Um, I don't know if you were invited to the protests around the M25 or if you were free, but had you been invited and been free, would you have been out there blocking the road?
Well, Trevor, I have a proud history of taking non-violent direct action, as does the Green Party, and we do believe that it is legitimate when other forms of trying to raise issues with the government have failed. As long as it is non-violent, then I think we need to understand why protesters have taken this extreme action. You know, Ban Ki-moon, the former UN General Secretary, has said this is an emergency, and in emergency situations, we need to take emergency action. I believe that's what those protesters were doing.
I'm taking that as a yes, and that you think it's reasonable for this cause to stop people going to work, particularly those people who can't work from home. You think that's okay, and you would have been out there?
I think it is unreasonable for this government to have failed.
No. Let's just stick with the process itself. I know your view about the government. You think it's reasonable for them to have done what they did?
I'm saying that their demands are reasonable, and I'm saying
I'm asking you about what they did.
It is reasonable to take emergency action, and that's what they were doing. The government has failed to put in place any kind of insulation program. First of all, we had the Green Deal. That completely failed. It had interest rates of 8%, so that if people were taking loans to insulate their homes, that would have cost them a fortune. Then we had the Green Homes Grant. That has collapsed in absolute chaos.
I fully understand your point about what you regard as a government iniquities, but just to be absolutely clear, coming to the end now, you think this was a perfectly reasonable action. If they send you an invitation next time, you will be saying, yeah, I'll come and I will block the M25.
I am saying that in extreme situations, it is reasonable to take extreme actions, and that is what has driven these protesters to do that. Personally, I prefer to take action where it is closer to the target of that action. So that might be Downing Street, it might be the Treasury, but I fully understand why protesters have felt driven to do something more dramatic than that, because government has been ignoring all of those kinds of actions for many, many years. We face an existential crisis and emergency, and we need to take emergency action now.